What's up guys, welcome to the channel. Today we have Mike's 2007 Toyota Tundra. This is the regular cab short bed. This is a pretty rare truck and he bought it unfortunately with a drop bracket kit. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's basically what show trucks use to get the most lift out of the truck for relatively pretty cheap. And he wants to take that off. So what we're going to do today for the first time here, we're going to be taking that off. Well, this is already off now, but you'll see in this video that the whole process that we have to do to take it off. And we have a donor truck right over here that Mike brought us that is going to supply us with a subframe for this truck over here. So we're going to be moving some parts from this truck over to this truck, and then we are also going to install an Ironman lift kit on this Tundra to fit these meaty 37-inch tires with the RRW RR7-H wheels. These are hybrid wheels. You can run as a beadlock, run as a protection ring, or with a protection ring if you wanted to, and then do a cab mount relocate a little bit down the road because it will need it. So this pile right here is everything we took off of Mike's Tundra. So we have the factory Bilstein with this gigantic spacer lift kit. This is the worst kind of lift you can ever do to your truck. So if you can, avoid doing this style of lift kit. Please don't do that to your truck. Now, we got these pretty beefy spindles, which are nice, but that's the only nice thing that is on this kit. The worst part of this kit is this guy right here. This is the drop bracket kit, which you can see, this is where the factory alignment is supposed to be, but it gets dropped way down here, so you're losing basically from here to the bottom of this. That's how much ground clearance you're losing, and that's around 6 inches or so. Now the truck has gained all of that back by deleting this piece here, but the worst part of this entire thing is that this section here had to be chopped. So you can see here we welded that back on, and the reason why this was chopped is because when the drop bracket kit gets installed, the diff gets dropped, so that way everything drives normal, but the drive shaft also needs to drop. So where does that go? It goes right in between the section that we just welded on that we took from the donor truck over there. So this was way down here, so you can imagine how much ground clearance you lost with this being all the way down here. So we got that all back together in order. We installed some new parts, as you can see, some new diff mounts, some new diff mount hardware. So the main reason why anybody would really want to delete the drop bracket kit is to really gain all of that ground clearance back, and we did just that. So take a look. So the truck is fully on the ground now, and we have a 5-gallon bucket down here just to show you the ground clearance, and we actually still have a couple inches on top of the bucket, so plenty of ground clearance now, whereas before that pile of drop bracket kit parts were about 6 inches or so lower than currently where we are at, so we wouldn't have been able to clear this 5-gallon bucket. And why would you care? So Mike does a lot of off-roading, and he actually lives in the mountains where you kind of have to drive a little bit off the paved roads to get to his house. So and it snows a ton out there. So having the ground clearance, one, is great for off-road, but it's also good just for him to get to his house and things like that. Obviously, you don't need that much ground clearance to get to your house, but he has a little bit of property, so he can drive around, do all that stuff without having to worry about getting hung up on anything, and obviously take this off-road. I know the plans that he has for this truck, so he's going to be taking it off-road quite a bit and using it, camping out of it, and doing a ton with the truck. So now that he has all this ground clearance back, he can do all that without having to worry about ground clearance. So, and it looks great with these 37-inch tires. So the only last thing we got to do is just really the cab mount relocate, and that's it. We actually just finished the timing belt and water pump service, which is all in the trash right here, all the old stuff. We did the serpentine belt, we did the timing belt as well right here, which was done, the last time it was done was 12 years ago. So this truck is 18 years old. So the last time it was done, 100,000 miles or so. Now it has 200 and something, 250, something like that. So it's on its second timing belt water pump service. So this thing is ready to go for another 100,000 miles or so now, and it's going to see a lot of adventure. So make sure you go follow this build because it is pretty cool. It's a single cab. It's shorter than a double cab Tacoma, which is really cool. And this thing is just an awesome little truck. It's pretty rare. So that's why he wanted to do all that replacement underneath, just because you can't just go out and find another one that easy. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. And if you are new here, let us know what you guys want to see, and hopefully we can make those videos for you. So that's gonna be it. Subscribe to the channel. See you guys next time.